A disbarred attorney, multiple stolen identities, and somehow he landed jobs at law firms across the U.S., paying up to $250,000 a year. This is the story of Richard Louis Crosby III and how he turned fraud into a full-time career until it all came crashing down. Richard Crosby wasn't always a con artist. In 2017, he was a Cincinnati defense attorney who even ran for Congress. But by 2019, his legal career was imploding. While working at a respected Cincinnati firm, Strauss Troy, Crosby stole nearly $80,000 from his own clients. Estate planning funds, business formation money, he pocketed it all instead of depositing it into the firm's trust account. One client lost over $39,000, another $10,000. A beauty business owner handed him $45,000 to form a holding company. He returned $15,000 and kept the rest. By late 2019, he was out. The Cincinnati bar filed a complaint. Criminal charges followed, and in April 2021, Crosby was officially disbarred. Most people would think, okay, that's the end of the story. But for Richard Crosby, it was just the beginning. Here's where it gets wild. Instead of facing the consequences, Crosby created a new identity. He became Richard Williams. In June 2021, while under criminal investigation, he applied to a Washington, D.C. law firm using that alias, and they hired him. In June 2022, after being arrested on theft charges, he applied to a California firm and was offered $150,000. He worked there for about 3 months. But here's the thing, stopping him was this easy. Around the same time, the CEO of a Colorado hydroponics company received Crosby's resume for a general counsel position. He did a quick Google search, found the fraud allegations, and then immediately he forwarded the resume to the Cincinnati Bar Association instead of scheduling an interview. It took him seconds. Meanwhile, Crosby kept going. September of 2022, he targets a Miami law firm. This time he claims he's licensed in New York and DC. Salary $185,000 plus a $5,000 signing bonus. To pass their background checks, he used his girlfriend's social security number and banking information. And it worked. He collected over $83,000 before a child support investigator, totally unrelated to the firm, contacted them and blew his cover. Even after that, he kept going. July 2023, he interviewed with another California firm and claimed he worked at Kirkland & Ellis, one of the most prestigious law firms in the world. When they asked him to name a colleague there, he withdrew his application. Days later, he tried again with a firm in Coral Gables, Florida. This time, he sent them a doctored screenshot of a Washington, D.C. bar directory showing his fake name as a licensed attorney. They offered him $195,000 plus $10,000 signing bonus, but caught the fraud before he actually started. In August 2023, a Michigan firm hired him at $145,000, fired him before his first paycheck when discrepancies surfaced. And then, September 2023, he lands his biggest con yet. A California firm hires him at $250,000 a year. His pitch this time, he claimed he was a University of Michigan football player and a former Marine. He used the social security number of a deceased man from North Carolina. By October 2023, federal agents arrested him. The final tally, multiple law firms defrauded, nearly $171,000 stolen, 3 counts of social security number fraud, and even while out on bond awaiting trial, Crosby kept scamming. He posed as a criminal appeals specialist, took $2,500 from an inmate's mother, and delivered nothing. In March 2025, a federal judge sentenced him to 37 months in prison, 3 years of supervised release, and ordered him to pay back nearly $171,000. So, how did he get away with it for so long? The firms that hired Crosby never checked the basics. His bar membership status, which is publicly available, his employment history, like one phone call would have done it, or whether his social security number actually matched his name, which is a standard verification. The firms that caught him, they asked one extra question, did one Google search, verified one claim. That CEO in Colorado spent seconds on Google and saved his company from hiring a fraudster. One California firm asked Crosby to name a colleagues at Kirkland & Ellis. He couldn't. They passed. The Coral Gables firm spotted the doctored screenshots, offered, rescinded. The Michigan firm caught discrepancies before cutting a check. So the question isn't whether a resume fraud happens, it's whether you're even checking. This is exactly why I built Verify. It is a browser side panel extension that recruiters can use when screening resumes, and it surfaces resume red flags in seconds. It's completely safe. It protects your privacy and data because everything is processed within the browser. And the best part, your first 100 screenings are completely free, so you can try risk-free, no credit card required. So go check it out now and see what you might be missing.